What is that headline? What does that newspaper headline directly behind you say? That can't be a real. That's an Onion spoof. That's not a real headline. Tell me that's not a real headline.
This was from USA Today Sports, Thursday, May 31st, 2018. LeBron, not the GOAT. Neither is MJ.
Oh.
What?
Well, who is?
Who could it be? Wait a minute, what?
Why are you zooming in on Kevin Hart as if that's the answer?
Wait a second. There's a GOAT, and his name is not LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
Hold on. Read
is that what you're telling me?
Read that shocking headline again. Who? What blasphemous fool? $2. Get out of here.
He's hungover.
He's hungover. Just hit his elbow on the microphone. The single least. Get out of here.
2 minutes in the
Get out of here.
I think we should change GOAT to BOAT, best of all time.
That's
Ooh,
what
I like that.
That's what Pat Riley would always
I
text
like that.
LeBron.
The boat.
Before you get out of here, write that. Should it be boat instead of goat? And then get out of here and don't come back for like 20 minutes.
But who's the GOAT? Or the boat?
It's Kareem.
Oh, Kareem.
What kind of kook?
That is an outrage.
What is that? This guy, this is infuriating.
Magic.
What are you talking about? It's Kareem. It has to be either LeBron or MJ. Those are your only two. There's no third choice.
That skyhook, though, man.
Unguardable. Unguardable.
It was.
He was 78 years old, averaging 20 and 10, man.
I know. But Magic carried him to an NBA final. That carried him like to 5 more after that. And said, no, it's not Kareem. But enough.
So does Kareem's not count? Is he also?
Kareem's not even the greatest center of all time. I mean,
what?
He's not the greatest center of all time. You want to get Bob Ryan on the phone? He'll tell you who it is. Bill Russell.
Okay.
I don't think he would say that. I don't think. Let's call.
Dan, he won 13 titles. You don't think he would say Bill Russell's better than Kareem?
No.
He had Bill Russell leading today's NBA in rebounding.
No, he was 6'9". He weighed 5 pounds more than Deion Waiters.
Nice.
I mean, and he always beat Wilt.
Bob Ryan will not say that. Will not be a shocking.
I can guarantee it.
No way. There's no. Bob Ryan's not going to say that Bill Russell was better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
All right.
Find out together.
All right, we'll find out together if Bob Ryan is next. In this particular realm that I'm talking about, just caring about sports.
Yes, he's like the Rafa on Clay of caring about sports. Yes.
So he joins us now, and I don't want to contaminate the jury pool. What's the question? You want him to be an arbiter on this question. What is the question so that I'm not biasing my case?
Well, you think Kareem is the greatest center of all time, correct?
I mean, yes.
Don't contaminate it.
I'm not.
Yes, you already did.
Well, I wanted to make sure you don't usually have a list. I apologize. I just want to
Very
make
direct with what he wanted.
Okay, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was better? That's all I want.
No, he was asking who's the best center in NBA history.
Yeah, best center in NBA history. There are only 2 choices here.
Oh, for the love of God, just shut up. Bob, who's the best center in NBA history?
Well, there are 3 choices that you can rationally make because you must include Wilt in that conversation. Plus, I'll get to the X factor of them all. I come down to this very simple thing. I have to win a game tonight. My life's at stake. The future of the planet's at stake. And if you tell me that I have a choice as my starting center between Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, there is not even the slightest hesitation. I take the man who I know is as competitive as anyone who's ever played, which includes Michael Jordan and LeBron James, and that, of course, is William F. Russell.
Yeah!
Will do what he does best, guaranteed. You don't know that Kareem would do what he does best, guaranteed, to the extent that you know that Russell would. Russell would control the boards. He'd control the defense. He would be a hub of your offense because he was an excellent passer, and he would simply make plays that aren't really reasonable to make, and he would be more counted upon to fulfill his potential than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would in any circumstance such as we just outlined.
You cannot take William F. Russell over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Sure, and it's so funny. I wish that they only missed each other by a year. I wish that Russell were either a little bit younger or Kareem a little bit older, and they had at least 2 or 3 years so we could have seen this once and for all. The way we saw Wilt and Wilt and Chamberlain. Russell and Chamberlain played against each other 142 times, not counting exhibitions over a 10-year period. Regrettably, Russell never played against Kareem, but I have the slightest doubt that Kareem would have been flustered by Bill Russell the way everyone else was.
No, you can't. You got to have some slight doubt. It's Kareem.
No
Bob.
doubt.
I saw Kareem, and I'm respectful of Kareem, and he's a phenomenal scorer, a rebounder of varying degrees. He was in. He started out rebounding reasonably well. Then he stopped caring. Went 10 years without rebounding as many as 17 in a game until that fateful night after the Memorial Day massacre in '85. That Thursday night when he came back in Game 2 and played the best rebounding game he had played in literally 10 years because his pride was stung after the Memorial Day massacre. And he went on becoming the MVP of that series and the Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year. And hurrah for him! It took him. And if it wasn't for Magic Johnson's presence in 1979, Kareem would have faded away quietly and never would have played those other 10 years. And it would have been a whole other story. So please, he was not as competitive as Bill Russell. That is a fact.
I love you. Bob, I'm guessing you know this off the top of your head. Do you know Russell's record against Wilt Chamberlain?
No, I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't know, but I know it was a winning record, but I don't know the number. But they did play 142 times, not counting exhibition. Now, I want to say one more thing before, and that's it, because I'm on record 1,000 times, and I want this to be stressed. We're talking about the three greatest centers in terms of their career achievements without any question, or in some order, or however you like them, Russell, Chamberlain, and Kareem. No question. Any list of the top 10 players in NBA history, perhaps probably even top 5 players in history exclusive of position, those three guys are in that are in that list. But the greatest center play of all time was by none of the three. The greatest center who ever played in the short run, whose career was regrettably stunted, was Bill Walton. And I said this 1,000 times, it was 1,001. If Earth were in jeopardy of its existence, if Earth were in a one-game winner-take-all against an interplanetary invader, the loser to go into servitude for all eternity, the first pick of every person who has ever drawn a breath in this Earth, I would take, for that game, I would take a healthy, underline, Bill Walton.
Bob Ryan is a magical person. He's a magical human being.
He really is.
I love you, Bob.
Bob, it's Billy again.
Hi, Jamal.
Hey.
None of those three could stop Shaq Diesel.
Diesel is the number 5 center of all time.
Wow.
Number 4, of course, being Hakeem Olajuwon. Because there's no way that anyone who saw them when they were knows would take Shaq over. For the same reason I took over Olajuwon schooled Shaq. I know he was young, but he schooled him badly back in '95. And his career is better. He did better. I'm sorry. I'd take him anytime. But Shaq's, number 5 all time, that's pretty good. Nothing to be ashamed of.